Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Happy Sunday. I'm going to put on my camera in a few minutes. I'm trying to figure out something here. Welcome to the Village Square meeting. Oh, welcome to Village Square meeting. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing? How's everyone doing? Hello, hello. If you can hear me, please let me know. Hi, welcome back to my channel once again. So welcome to the Village Square meeting today. We are going to be discussing matters arising from the week. Eh? Let's talk about things that concern us, things things that are going to move us forward. There's so much drama going on, people, so much. But we have to be strong. We have to keep the positivity, keep it going, be the best that we can be to everyone around us. Because everybody's struggling one way or the other. You might think that, oh, maybe nobody else is going through what I'm going through, but that's not true. There's somebody out there who's probably struggling, maybe even worse than you are. So we have to be kind to one another. We have to hold each other accountable. We can't, we're all we've got. We're all we've got. So we have to try to be the best versions of ourselves as much as we can. I know sometimes these things are not easy. Sometimes we have our own moments too. So I don't know how it is over there. It's really hot out here. The sun is out. The sun is like right in your face. It's like, and it's very hot. I think it's about, I want to say it's about 90 degrees right now, or almost 100 degrees. That's how. It is. So, um, this is going to be a short life. So I just wanted to quickly touch on some topics that I think that are very important, and also to remind us that we all have responsibilities as, as citizens of societies to do the best we can so that our societies will be better and stronger. We can't just fold our hands and watch things disintegrate. We have to be part of the change. We have to be intentional about being part of the change. We can't function along divided lines. Yes, we all have our various biases, but that shouldn't be the most important thing when it has to do with someone's life and well-being you know um because all of us, we all have limited time here, and our main purpose here is to ensure that we do our part and leave the rest. We can only do so much. We can only do so much. We can't do more than we are expected to do. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, did I say that right? We cannot do more than we can. I mean, how do they say it? Like, you can't chew more than you put in your mouth, right? So everything has to be taken with some level of um as much as you can without stretching yourself too much. That's what I think, you know. Everybody, anything that's going on around you, if you're in a position to make certain things, certain changes, then, do what you can. Do what you can. Nobody's expecting anybody to, um, you know, carry the weight of the entire world or even your community on your shoulders. You only can do what you can. You cannot do more than you can. Let's put it that way, right? So, but I just feel like as citizens generally, we all have roles to play. We all have roles to play. So, and it's a human concern. And as we can see all over the world, there's one thing or the other happening. Things People are struggling. you know there's no place that is necessarily, oh, this is the safest place or this is the strongest place I can be. Really and honestly, there's no such thing. You make the best of what you have wherever you are, and do the best you can to preserve yourself and preserve that of your family. So everybody has one thing or the other that they're struggling with. Anybody that says they don't have, I don't know, maybe they are living in a utopian world. Everybody has something they're struggling with. Even those that you think have it all figured out, or those that you think have arrived and are doing everything and are making the best, they don't have it all figured out. They're only making efforts. You know what I mean? They're only making efforts. So everybody has their own superpowers. You know how you have superhero movies? Everybody has their own superpowers. You have your own superpower. I have my own superpower. The only thing is for us to join hands together and ignite um our superpowers together so we can help each other be better and help our world be better and make our world safer, you know. So let me know if you can hear me, because I don't know if this volume, because I was trying to figure out the volume. So just type in the comment section if you can hear me so I don't feel like I'm talking to myself here. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead. So if you're coming in, thank you very much for joining. Welcome, welcome. Let's do a quick catch up. I don't intend to be here for too long, but I just wanted to do a quick catch up and also to encourage us that, hey, it is what it is, right? So, but wherever you are in the world, be comforted. Take comfort in the fact that you're here, you're alive, you have the opportunity to see another day and make the best you can for the day. Nobody has Nobody has it all figured out. There's nobody on the face of this earth that has it all figured out. Everybody is just acting. Everybody's playing a role. Even those you think have it off, if they don't, if you sit down with them and ask them, hey, how are you doing? I guarantee you, they're gonna have a few complaints. They're gonna tell you they don't like the way things are going, they don't like this. They're gonna mention things that they're not happy with, you know? So, and again, in the times that we're in, you have to be careful. Watch your surroundings, be careful, you know, and be very if you don't have to be somewhere, you don't have to go. And try not to move around when it's too late at night or when you're by yourself. You don't want to be caught up in any type of mishap. You have to keep your head on a swivel and make sure that you're aware of your surroundings. Don't be by yourself hanging, you know. So is the comment section, I don't know if you can, are you guys able to type? I need to see something just to make sure that you guys are hearing me clearly. Is anyone hearing me? Let me know if you're hearing me. Um, hello. Come on in, grab a seat. Let's catch up. I want to make sure. Let me make sure my comment section is working because I don't see anybody typing. So let me just make sure. Okay, you guys should let me know if you can someone time something in? I just want to make sure that my comment is working, everything is working. All right, I'm back. Well, it looks like it's working, so I don't know. Okay. I'm trying to situate this. Sorry, guys. Okay. So, anyway, whatever, just if you can, please type in the comment section. I just want to make sure that you guys are hearing me. So anyway, the first thing I wanted to say is that I don't know about you, but I personally, I'm a spiritual person and I'm not a religious person. You can keep the religion, you can keep all the buildings and everything else that comes with it. I choose to look inwards. I don't look outwards for anything that I need because we're coming to a time where, more and more people are beginning to rely more on what's coming in from the inside, or rather, I should say that people should focus more on what's on the inside than what's on the outside, because outside, really, there's nothing out there. You know, you can only do what you can, and you can only believe as much as you can. But one thing I know for sure is that there is a powerful creator of all things that's made everything possible. So in the times that we're in, when you find yourself, worrying or thinking about how what's going on and confused or in despair, look inwards. I guarantee you will find the answers. And if you are a strong person, you have people around you that are not as strong as you are, wrap your arms around them, offer a kind word. We have to learn to be kind to one another because we're living in very, very, very um, challenging times. And all we have is each other. So we have to take the time to reach out to people and show kindness to everyone. We need to do more of that. Doesn't matter who they are, just one kind word can set someone up for the rest of their lives. That's the power in words. So in spite of everything that's going on, in spite of all the challenges that we find in the world, and the ugliness that we see happening every day, we have to choose to believe in ourselves and do what we can as a people, and let love shine through in everything that you do. Let love shine through, you know. So thanks to all my subscribers. I really appreciate each and every one of your support. Thank you so much. I see your support and I'm overwhelmed. You guys are amazing. I appreciate it. I don't take it for granted. I really don't. So it doesn't it takes, just like I was saying, one smile, one kind word will set somebody's life up for the rest of the year, for the rest of their life. You never know. There are people who remember someone who said something kind to them from many years ago, and they remember, and it brings a lot of joy to them. So let's be those people if we can, as much as we can. And if anyone out there is struggling, love and light to you. I may not know the details of your struggle, but hey, I know struggle is real. Let's all keep each other accountable and show love to one another. You know, if you are any part of the world that you're in, know that you're not alone, even though you might be alone, but you're not alone. There's no such thing as I'm alone, really and honestly. Know that you'll be surprised how many people are, find themselves in the same position as everyone else. So reach out if you can, and don't be shy to ask for help if you need help. So anyway, to all my subscribers from all over the world, wherever you're from, because I know somebody left me a comment saying that we're not all a particular group. So I apologize for that. I know that you're not all from a particular group, but I appreciate your support. It's all about the human. It's all about us, our development and our well-being. That's all that matters to me. So thank you very much for your support. I don't take it for granted. So today, I want to touch on a few things about what's going on in Nigeria. I don't understand. There's so many things coming out from that end. And because it's close to me, my heart, because it's my original home, it aches my heart when I see the stories coming out. I'm hoping and I'm trusting that, the people that ought to make sure that things are working should take up the responsibility and do what they need to do. And I hope that in this upcoming election, that people will vote correctly. If you're Nigerian, I hope you have gotten your PVC. Please get your PVC and make it useful. Make it useful. Vote in the people that you know will put the right things in place to make life easier for everyone, not just for themselves. Use your PVC wisely. Don't just vote in because the person is from your tribe or whatever. Make sure that you vote the right people in, because it's only when you vote the right people in that you're going to get the right results. We can't keep doing the same things over and over again and expecting the same results. It does not work like that. It does not work like that. The definition of that is mental. It's mental. We have to learn to do things differently. We have been doing things in a linear way for a very long time in that country, in a really, really linear way. And we can't keep doing that. The struggles are real. The hardship is real. The other day I was talking to someone and they were telling me how, to even get transportation from one place to the other has become something else. It's become so difficult and challenging, and you can't go too far from where you live because that means that you stand the chance of being stuck in traffic forever. The struggle is real, people. Let's keep that in mind. And let's make sure that if you have family back home, please help as much as you can. Reach out to them, and do the best you can. That's all you can do anyway. But let's not be quiet about the ills that are happening. The more, the louder the voice, the more we're going to see the changes. If we're quiet about things that are happening, everything else will be quiet. We can't be quiet about what's going on around us, around the world. We can't. Because if we're quiet about it, then it's going to continue, it's going to perpetuate, and it's going to continue. And we don't know how long it will continue because everybody seems to be quiet and turn the other eye, like, hey, you know what, it's not affecting me directly. So who cares? You should care, everybody should care. Because the world has a way of revolving. You don't know where the world's going to take you tomorrow. So if you don't care about a particular what's going on right now, you know, so that's that. And then the girl, I don't know, I really couldn't watch the story that came out of Sokoto, to be honest, in Nigeria, in northern part of Nigeria. I couldn't bring myself to watch it. That was horrible. I hope that something is done about that. I really do hope that something happens, something is done, because this cannot continue. It really is terrible that in 2022 things like that are happening. In 2022, things like that should not be happening. It should not be happening. And what's this whole thing about, ASU being on strike for months? This is crazy. So people are just sitting at home, no school, nothing, and nobody seems to care. It's really troubling. It's really, really, really disturbing that nobody seems to care that the young people are at home and are not studying because for whatever it is that they're asking for, they're not being given. It doesn't make, I don't understand. I don't understand. Is it that people don't, because a lot of these people can afford to send their kids abroad, they don't care about what's going on in the society anymore? Hmm. This thing is not funny. Oh. It's not funny at all. I think that anybody that has anyone that is close to these people should reach out to them and talk to them. I don't understand why for months the university institutions will be on strike and nobody seems to care about it. There's no, and some of these people don't have any other hope but to be in school. I don't understand. Nigeria, Biko, please, you people should do better. This is ridiculous, you know? So back to that Sokoto girl, that story really, it touched my heart really deeply. I actually lost sleep even though I didn't watch the video. I only could imagine what that girl could have gone through in the moments leading up to. I really didn't want to watch it. I didn't want to have that at my subconscious. I really don't want it sitting in my subconscious. So I didn't bother to watch it. But I'm sending light and love to the family and everyone and to everyone that had to witness that couldn't, that felt helpless and hopeless in one way or the other. I'm sending them light and hope. And then well, over I think it's a couple of days now, Yul Edochie has been trending again. I don't know. To be honest, that man is, his attitude is laughable. Honestly, his attitude is really laughable. He's coming across as a spoiled child, someone with no home training. Hi, Claudius. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for your support. You Ledoche, me, I don't understand this man. Thanks. So my comment section works. Okay. Thank you so much, Claudius. I was wondering for a long time, you know. His attitude is laughable. Laughable. He comes across as a spoiled child. That's what it comes across to me. Like he did not get the necessary home training. And this is why he doesn't even, it seems to me like it doesn't occur to him that what he's done is damaging. That's what comes across to me. Like he doesn't know the extent of the damage that he has done. And that's why he has that attitude. That's why he made that video that he made, because he still does not see that there's anything wrong with what he's done. He It's almost like it's impossible for him to come to terms with it. And that's why he has that confidence and that audacity. Honestly, because if he had an inkling, if for a moment he thought to himself that, man, what I did, has really, really affected this woman and, my children, I think he would do things differently. But it is very obvious that he doesn't quite understand the extent of the damage he has done. I don't think he's able to think that deeply and that far. And that's what we're seeing playing out. He doesn't have the capacity to process in his head that, hey, what I have done or what I am doing has affected. Hi, Ernest. He is. It comes across actually. It comes across as, yep, Ernest, you're right. That's what it comes across as humane. Absolutely. Because how else do you want to explain that? For him to come out and make a video, comfortably make a video, come out and say a lot of nothing is very telling. Very, very telling. I don't know if he has anybody advising him. I don't know if he has anybody working around him. The man seems to be doing a lot of damage. If he has the right people in his corner, they should tell him to stop making those videos. Those videos make it more and more, and those videos make it worse. Those videos make him look horrible. That's just the truth. I don't know who's encouraging him. I don't know. Maybe his new wife is pushing him, but the new wife, I don't know. I'm sorry to say, I don't think she's all together there. I don't think that they have the ability to understand the effect that their actions are having. I don't even think, oh, let's even put the second wife aside, because she's selfish about her needs and she doesn't care how she gets there, right? But the man himself that chose to step out on his family, that's the person that we should be questioning. The man is coming out and making videos every day. He doesn't seem to understand the effect these videos are having on his family. He doesn't care. I think I also heard that his daughter actually was affected by this action and she ended up in the hospital. The man still does not even care. What is going on with this man is very telling. It's very telling in the sense that, and I think I listened to a live show where somebody was describing it and saying that, the fact that he got married early, right? The fact that he got married early may have been the reason why maybe he never really loved his wife and all of that. You know what? 17 years, if you really didn't love someone, no matter how much that in during that time period you were forced maybe by your parents or whatever the pressure was, there's a certain stage you get to and you say, no, I can't continue to pretend like this. And just, humbly bow out. But for you to string someone along for 17 years and then decide that, no, I don't want to, because the way this man did it is almost like he just didn't care. He doesn't care anymore. Like, yeah, I've done it, so what? Like he's been wanting an out for a long time. He just didn't know how to, be bold enough to just take that out. So this is why his actions are as blatant and in your face as it is. That's just a fact. And there's a lesson to be learned there, especially from the African side, that the fact that a woman bears you children does not mean that you should marry her. If you don't love her, if she had a child for you, absolutely, Claudius. If you don't want to be with her, take care of your child. You don't have to be with her. Parent with her. Because 17 years later, if that's what he's thinking, if that's what his process is, now saying that, oh, I'm giving it all up for someone who, I don't know, I'm not here to judge the other person. I'm not here to judge anyone at all. And my focus is on the man because he's the one who promised his wife that he was going to stay in that marriage, for whatever vows they made. He was the one who made the promise. You know what I mean? So whatever happened during the marriage, really, it's not if it was that hot, because he kept saying he has a story to share. We've been waiting for the story. If that is the story, what the video he did is the story, then what a waste of time. What a waste of time. And even the way he went about it, after he's been caught, he now claims to be a polygamous man. Come on now. That's not being accountable. That's not being a man. If you are if you are a polygamous person, you should be known from the jump. Like, look, I'm a polygamous, and there are women out there that are open to it. There are women who are open to polygamy. Whatever type of relationship that anyone, there are women that are willing and are open to these things. My problem is you go and then join yourself with someone who has no interest in it, and then you're trying to force her will to stay in it. And then he came up with a video just to make believe, to make people feel like he and his first wife have reconciled. How low can you go? Honestly, he's a big embarrassment to men. I'm sorry. He's a big embarrassment. Instead of us to be thinking of ways to move our societies forward, instead of us to think about ways to make our societies better, so that we can preserve ourselves and preserve our the things that we hold dear. This men, some of these men are busy stepping out on their marriages, and all they think about is pecus. I hope so too. I heard about it and I was like, oh my God, I hope she gets better. Claudius, same thing. Because it really bothered me. That man has created so much trauma in the lives of his children. He has no idea the damage that he has done. He has no idea, has no clue. The traumas that he has created in the lives of those children, honestly, he has no idea. The wife is an adult. The wife can at least, to a large extent, I'm hoping that she'll be able to manage her emotions. But those children, the boys, in their mind, he has created something. He has broken their trust. Because that man, the security, hi Adara, thanks for joining. The security that those children grew up in, they felt like they grew up in, the man has broken that trust. That love has been broken. It's going to take some work for those children to understand that what their dad did was selfish. It was a selfish act. It wasn't a reflection on them, but it's a reflection on their dad. This is my problem with, us as Africans. Instead of us to think of ways to better ourselves, better improve ourselves, improve our communities, so we can improve our nations, some of us, a lot of times, the men, I'm sorry to say, I know I have men on my life, but I'm sorry to say, instead of them to think about proactively things that would help us be better, they're busy pursuing pekus. That's all they think about. Once a man gets a little bit of money in some of these places, all they're thinking about is how to have first, second, third, fourth wives, and have women scattered and all over the world. That man, Yul, is an ignorant man. He's highly ignorant. He went to school, but he is an educated illiterate. The man has no idea. He has not grown socially in any way. He's emotionally and socially stunted. That's what we're watching, right? That's what we're seeing in him right now. We're watching a man that's emotionally and socially inept in every way. And can you imagine that that's the same man that has come out and stating that he wants to be a president of a nation when you can't put your home in check? You don't even have the emotional capacity to handle your own home. You want to handle a nation of very peculiar people with over 500 tribes. You want to handle them. If you're from Nigeria, you know Nigerians were very peculiar. There's so many languages in that country. And we're very heady people. We're tough people. You want to handle a nation filled with people like that. And another thing that bothers me is that some of these people come up and they say they want positions of power, positions of leadership, but there's nothing to show their work. There's nothing to say, oh, these people, were working for their communities and helping their communities grow. Look at what their work precedes them. They've had such an impact and effect on the lives of people. Zero experience. It just seems as though being a president is very easy. Just throw it out there. You can't put your family in check. Yeah, it really is sad, Ernest. It's very sad. You can't put your family in check. You cannot look at the way you've been making a complete joke of your own union. You just treat a human being like yourself, even though she's a woman. You treat her with utter disrespect in the highest form. You give her a global, well, he's really giving himself a global embarrassment. I don't want to project that on his wife, Mary, because that woman is, apart from a few words, she hasn't said anything. That man has he's projected his own shame, his ignorance, his social awkwardness. He's projected it upon himself. That's what we're seeing. That's what we're playing out. That's what we're seeing play out from this man. And it's a shame because there are a lot of women who are supporting him and even presenting themselves and say, hey, dude, go ahead. They are available. They are ready to be his second, third wife. You see that we have a big problem in Nigeria. The mentality. Before a transformation can take place to erase or reset the way people think about themselves and view themselves. My goodness. It's a shame. It really is a shame. The funny thing is, I didn't even know who Yo was. I didn't even know the guy, to be honest. I knew his father. Who doesn't know Pete Edochie, Okonkwo? Things fall apart. It was his father I knew. When this whole story started coming out, I was like, who is this Edochie person? I don't even know. I had to go and Google. And then I found out that, oh, he's even into, he's in Nollywood as well, and he does movies. That's how I came to find that this man. I'm like, wow. And then I started to watch some videos, and I saw some videos that his dad had done prior and all of that. The apple does not fall far from the tree. Claudius, he won't even win. He can't. Thank you. I know what you're saying. He has not even run for president of Nollywood to even see how his colleagues perceive him. He wants to run for president of an entire nation full of peculiar, different types of people with different languages. He has not even managed. I've never heard that he says he wants to come out for Nollywood president. He won't even, he doesn't even have, he can't even get, he cannot even be a president of Nollywood. That's just the truth. You just show up and you say you want to be president. You have your communities. What have you done for your community? We all come from villages here. What have you done for your village? What have you done for the people in your village? What have you done for your community? What have you done for your state? Before you think about national, you have to start from the grassroots. Who knows your name? Who knows your name? So a lot of people come out, apparently there are a lot of stories that are coming out, like he's been with so many women. I'm like, these people don't have any vision at all. All they do with their mind is to have as many pekus as they can possibly have. They don't think about the ramifications. They don't think about the emotional. They don't think about the spiritual. They don't think about anything. They just want what they want. It's 2022. We're still struggling with electricity. Nobody is thinking about that. Nobody is saying, hey, we have not heard that, oh, okay, these people, Nollywood actor came together and they've created solar for this village and they're able to do more for that. Nothing like that. All they do is to acquire properties, buy cars, marry many, many wives, and put them in strategic locations to satisfy whatever desires that they want. Me, I don't, the fact that he came out and did that video, he just came to make a fool of himself, to show to the world that he's not a trained, he didn't have any home training. He was spoiled as a child. The signs of someone who's spoiled as a child, someone who was not given candy growing up, who maybe didn't have all the good things that he thought he needed as a child. That's what's going on. That guy is a spoiled child. His parents did not raise him. He did not raise him at all. Unfortunately, that name, he has tainted that name, Edochie. He has brought shame upon himself and upon his family. He has tainted that name, Edochie. So when Edochie comes up now, this will be the biggest story. They won't even think about the dad. Only those of us who know the dad from the movie Okonkwo. Outside of that, everybody else I'll be hearing will be like, oh, the man, this is the news. This is the news. That's what's going to be trending about their family. It's just so unfortunate. It's a terrible, I don't know, he doesn't have any personal assistants or whatever they call them, all these actors and actresses that have people that work around them and tell them what to do. He doesn't have anybody like that talking to him and telling him how to put out the right statements. You've done such a major wrong to your society, to your wife. It's now depending on the people watching you to drag you, to help you see that you have done this woman wrong. There's something wrong. He hasn't been able to call himself to order and say, hey, I have wronged this woman. I have to go and fix it. Before the world drags you, that means you are incapable of having any empathy or sympathy for anyone but yourself, because in your eye, you feel, in your mind, you feel like you've done you've made the best decision ever. In your eye, you feel you're right. And that's what you're projecting. Now it's now up to the people outside, your fans, that are dragging you consistently for you to come to terms with it and say, hey, this thing that I did is really wrong. Go. It's taking that. There's something wrong there, my people. There's something wrong with that. You don't need someone to drag you to know that you've done something wrong. If people have to come and drag you in the millions, in the thousands, that means that that person has missed it in life. If he had, if he had apologized to his wife, fine, the wrong has been done. Apologize to your wife. Okay, maybe based on culture, you cannot abandon the child or whatever. You don't want the child to be, not to be part of you. You go discuss it with your wife. And the type of wife that he painted, the type of woman that I see, that woman she looks like a very accepting person. She looks very gentle and all. If he had done that and apologized, say, hey, Mary, I have messed up. I have messed up. Please forgive me. Beg her, go on down on his knees and beg her well, and do the things that will make her happy. He knows his wife, and talk to her, have a conversation with her about it and say, hey, I know I've wronged you. I know I've hurt you deeply. Fix it with her. And then if he had done that and say, hey, based on the culture, I have to do this, or how do you think I should go about it? It will be a conversation between the two of them. But instead, he just totally disregarded the woman's feelings, her thoughts, her emotions, disregarded everything completely. And only for the woman to find out on the internet that her husband was marrying somebody else. There's something wrong with that. There's something very, very wrong with that. I'm sorry, guys. There's something wrong. Because you can't treat someone you can't treat someone in a shoddy way and expect them to just overlook it. And again, it's very telling. It tells one that woman has been putting up with a lot in her marriage. So I don't think, in my own opinion, I don't think that it's the first time this man has done this. It's the first time he stepped out. I don't think that at all. It's not the first time that he stepped out on his marriage. He's been doing it for a very long time. And she's been forgiving him and forgiving him and forgiving him and forgiving him. That's exactly what has been happening. And this is why the man had the audacity and felt the need to go as far as he went. So to the women, I say this: if you're marrying a man, whatever partnership you guys have, in my own understanding, when you decide you want to be in a man's life or in a woman's life, you are supposed to hold each other accountable. If somebody is going wrong, doing something wrong, and is trying to bring a bad name to the union, you're supposed to call them to order. You're supposed to point out that, listen, no, you're going to make a big mistake and it's going to affect this. That's what you're supposed to be. I mean, you people should correct me if I'm wrong. Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? If he had tried to make the home comfortable, if he had tried to make his wife comfortable, confess to her that this is what I did wrong, not her finding out online, we probably would not have been having this conversation. And his ambition to become president, because he was getting a lot of support from people when he was saying that he wanted to be president. A lot of people were, because of the image that people saw of him and his first wife and the children, not knowing that there was something going on behind closed doors. And it's just a way. I just feel like it is good that this has happened. The reason why I say it is good that this is happening, because it now shows and let people see and make sure that the decision that they're about to make, they need to weigh it. Is this the man you want to rule over you? So it's a good thing. It saved a lot of people because a lot of people were really rallying behind him, sadly. But I'm glad it didn't work out because what Nigeria needs right now is not leaders that will come and break it even more. We need leaders that are visionaries, leaders that can see beyond today, beyond tomorrow. Those are the types of leaders that we need in Nigeria, not the ones that will be adding pekus to pekus and deciding they want to marry. Like he said, he can marry 100 women. And see, we are in problem. If that man becomes the president, he will marry 100 women because he has said it. So that means he's going to be using the money for the country to be marrying wives and buying them houses. And the money that ought to go to the people who need it will be going to his own family. He'll be marrying women up and down, changing them like rapper. You know? So back to what I was saying. And in a union, you're supposed to hold each other accountable. As a woman, if you meet a man and he doesn't, you feel that he's not the type of person that you can talk to, that listens to you and can reason with you, maybe that's not the kind of that maybe that's not the man you need in your life. You need a man that will listen to you when you talk and hears what you say. You might not always agree, but the man has to understand that, okay, oh, this is what my wife has said, this is what I think. Having that informed decision will help him decide which way I want to go. What I'm finding and discovering is that a lot of women just turn their eyes, when the man is going the wrong way, they just, pretend like they don't see, just to stay in the marriage. It's not working out. How long, for how many centuries has this been happening? It has not changed anything in anyone's life. It has not changed our society. It has not made it better. It has not made it better. We can't keep doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results. It's not going to happen. It won't. As a man, when you're marrying, marry a woman who you know, because women's instincts are very powerful. They might be emotional. You know that as a man, that women tend to have, emotions sometimes, but a lot of people work on keeping their emotions in check. If you meet a woman, listen to her because she's a lifesaver. She will literally save your life. If this man had listened to his wife, see all this drama that happened. If this man had gone to his wife and talked to the wife and everything, the wife, they would have come together and talked about it, and the woman would say, no, don't take this step. Oh. If you do, it will ruin your opportunities. Clearly, that conversation did not happen. He felt like he knew better and he went ahead, and he's trying to force his fans to accept his choices. You can't force people to accept your choices. You can't. You can't force people to accept your choices. People are going to call you out. And a lot now, more than ever, a lot of young people are saying no to all these theatrics. They're not interested. So they're dragging him from here to Timbuktu. And rightly so. You know, rightly so. You're a man with influence. You're a man that has all the influence in the world, right? You forget that there are people, there are young people that are looking at you. There are young people watching you, and they're using your life as a step, as a yardstick for measuring their lives. So when you're on that level, people, a lot of young people are looking for mentors. So when they see you and they see somewhat like a decent human being that you are, they want to follow you and do what they think you're doing. Sadly, that guy has influenced some people to think the way he thinks. So there'll be people who will make decisions just like he's made because they saw him do it. People don't understand the power they have. When you have a platform, it's very important for you to understand that the platform you have is powerful. It might be small, it might not be as big as the next person's, but you have to hold yourself accountable that whatever comes out of your mouth, whatever your actions are going to influence the people that are listening to you one way or the other. One way or the other. Might not influence the whole world, but you have a certain group of people that you probably would influence. You don't know that. you know. So as men and women, when you're coming together, make sure you're partnering correctly. Don't just partner and be with someone because you feel like, yeah, I can talk to her, she will listen to me. No, it's not supposed to be like that. You don't want to go in with a mentality that you want to marry someone that you can run over. Why would you want to do that in the first place? Why? You want someone you can partner with. That's what it should be. Someone you can partner with that you can listen to. They too, they will listen to you. You people will sit down because not only are you building a family unit, you're building a community. You're building community leaders. Because when you have children, you're the first role model that your children have. They will be looking at you. Then from the community, you're also building nations because those same children will go have their own families and have families, and that's how nations grow. That's how communities develop. You know what I mean? So I think that there are a lot of things I saw that I can actually saw with you and Mary's issue that I can actually say that clearly his wife had been turning the other side, the other looking the other way for the longest time. And that's why the man had all the audacity, all the confidence, because to him, he's been doing it. So you dare not say anything. This is no different from what he has done before. So that is where he was coming from. And that's why he had the audacity to do whatever he's doing and continues to do. You see, somehow she has played a role in spoiling him too. Spoiled as a child from his own home, spoiled by his wife. I'm not saying don't spoil your partners, but even you're spoiling me, not in that shape, not in that manner, not when they are doing things that will affect your union, that will destroy your kingdom, not when it has to do with that. Because aside from the STDs and the different types of diseases that are out there, you also have to think about your spiritual well being. Because as a family unit, they were thriving, and the man was doing well, seemingly doing well. But now he has divvied up. He has to divvy up his money. Whatever he's getting, he has to split it. He has to give one to this and give one to the other. You see, it has affected the finances of the home. And finances are important. They're not everything, but they're important. You know, and somebody was talking about, oh well, if she goes to court, but we're talking Nigeria. I don't know if they have splitting of property in Nigeria. I don't know, but I heard there are some good lawyers. If you get good lawyers, they might be able to. But what property really? How are we sure that they own the property? That's another thing. It might just be a lease or rental. So that means that the woman, if it comes to the point of, okay, I don't want to be in this house anymore, that's extra cost to her. So she will have to find a place to move to, come up with the money. Let's treat each other better. In fact, sometimes, yes, people fall out of love, things happen. If you feel like you can't do this anymore, man or woman, talk, sit down, say, hey, I'm not feeling this thing anymore. Let's, everybody go their separate ways. No human being deserves to be hurt like that. I cannot imagine what that woman is going through. I can't. I can't imagine it publicly. I can't even imagine what she's going through. It's just too much. How much can a human being take? How much can a human being take? You know? And you're having people, new wives or new girlfriends, whatever, having audacity these days. Look at Mercy Aigbe. In her own case, it was the wife that introduced her to her own spouse, only for her to turn around and become the second. What a joke! Only for her to turn around and just take over the house and become the second wife. I don't understand. Women were our own worst enemies. Oh, I'm telling you. Somebody introduces you to her home. You go in there, you see, you say, no, I want to take over. That's all you're thinking about. I don't understand. As beautiful as you are, Mercy, as beautiful as you can't find any man of your own. Hey, bye, Claudius. Thank you very much. Yes, I'll see you. I'll be there on live on Obodoyibo. Thank you very much for joining. You can't find anybody, you can't find anyone. You decide, you choose that, oh yeah, you want to be with someone who's already sorted, who already has his own family, because you like what you see, you want to be a part of it. You go behind and you take over the home of another woman just like yourself. You don't know the sweat, you don't know the tears, you don't know how many nights, sleepless nights she's had building her home. You just go. I don't understand how people think that they can build their homes on the sweat of another person. It's like building your house on sand. There's no foundation to it. It's like building your house on sand. That's what it seems like. Very soon it will disintegrate because the foundation is not strong. You're building it on someone else's tears. How can that last? Nobody's cursing anybody. It's just the law of nature. It can't work. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You know? So for me, I just feel like everybody, I know that we don't all think alike, but I think we all need to try to be better for each other. We need to strive to hold each other accountable. We need to strive, you know? As women, as married women, if you don't want to bring friends to your house, don't bring friends to your house. But clearly, the results are obvious. Don't bring friends to your house. Don't introduce anybody to your husband. Don't, because you don't want to hear stories that touch. If you are married and that's the way, fine. Do what makes you happy. Do what will affect your home positively. Do what's going to help you thrive. Don't bring something that will come and destroy your home for you. Don't. Be watchful, be vigilant, because everybody around you does not always have the best intentions, and we're seeing it play out. I wonder how many times y'all has gone home and maybe the wife may have suspected, and then he would say to her, honey, don't worry about it. Don't worry now. We're actors. We're all actors. We have to be on location for months, for weeks. We're doing this movie. It's gonna take so long for us to do it. So, honey, don't worry, nothing to be afraid of. I wonder how many times he must have told her that. And then after, he must have said it over and over again, because clearly from the stories that are consistently unfolding, the man was actively dating her for a long time. Apparently, it wasn't something that was hidden, it was open. Everybody was aware, people around them were aware. So this turning the other way, when somebody is behaving, especially when it has to do with cheating, turning the other way is not a solution. You will call that thing out, and if the man refuses, then you have to make a decision. Because aside from the diseases that are also assigned to these things, there's also the spiritual aspect of it. So you have to decide, me, or do I want to remain here? You have to choose. It's a choice. I understand that nobody can tell anybody what to do. I am not here to tell Mary or anyone else how to live their lives and what to do in a scenario like that. I'm not here to do that. But you have to consider yourself in scenarios like this. You have to think about your own well-being, your mental state, because emotionally, that person has played with your emotions, has messed up with your energy, and that comes with a lot of uncertainty, comes with a lot of dealing with so low self-esteem, you're struggling with a lot of things just from that alone. There are a lot of things that will be playing in someone's life because, someone else has chosen to do something damaging to the union. I just wish people would keep all this embarrassment out of social media and not make people feel like, because all the stories that seem to be coming out is that, oh, marriage is this, marriage is that, but people are having wonderful marriages. I know people who have the best marriages as we speak. There are people who are living wonderfully with their partners, doing amazingly with their partners. I'm not saying that it's perfect. Everybody has their challenges, but there are marriages that are very successful. So this narrative that is seem to be happening every time you hear one story or the other, next day you hear another story, this one, this one, that. At the end of the day, with all these many stories of terrible things that are happening in homes, there are marriages that are doing incredibly well. They're just not being advertised on social media. So there's no way of knowing. There's no way of knowing, you know? So the narrative on social media is that, oh, but the real thing that's happening is different from what's being played out on social media. Social media is not real. There's a real life with real people involved outside of social media, you know. And I don't know. I just hope that, people, lawyers really in Nigeria can come together and create laws or create, I don't know whether they amend the laws, I don't know. Create something that's going to protect women, protect the children, because in all of this, the people who suffer the most are usually the women and the children, always, all the time. And it's a repetition, you know it's a repetition. It's very sad to watch this. It's very sad to watch this unfold. It really is very sad to watch this unfold, because what's going on is that, you're having children being born into very unhealthy unions, and those children will grow up and replay what they saw growing up. It will now take the grace of God and their own determination to want to do better, right? To change the narrative. And some children, even though they grew up in that type of environment, they're able to still strive because they look at what's going on and decide for themselves that that's not what they want happening in their life. So they will take a different course. But they're few. People don't think about children in all of this. They only think about themselves. That's the sad part. They only think about themselves, what's going on in them, what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, how can they satisfy themselves? They don't think about the children. They totally ignore the children. I mean, you even in this scenario, you can tell the children are not even considered in all of this. The man just does whatever he likes, and the children are not considered. I begin to wonder, do these people have any type of connection to the children? Do they even have any type? Because a man who really loves his children, before he does anything, even though he doesn't, if according to him, maybe he doesn't, according to the opinions of others, maybe he doesn't really love his wife. But if you really love your children, you will say, for the sake of these children, I don't want to just leave them like that. They don't even think about that. They don't think about their children. They just do whatever they like and just move on with it. They don't care. I think it's disturbing because the children are the ones always bearing the brunt of these things, and nobody cares. Nobody says anything about the children. They don't care about them. And those children will grow up, right? If they don't find the right people in their lives and don't get the right help, they repeat what they saw growing up. And it becomes a vicious circle. And then we wonder why the society is the way it is. There are a lot of young people growing up in Nigeria that have grown up in Nigeria that never had love of a father, even though they had a two-parent home. They don't even understand what love is all about. So they can't even express that emotion in their adult lives. It's a struggle. You see a lot of grown men, they don't know how to express their emotions because they don't even know how to express emotions of love because they didn't see it growing up. It's only taking them in their adult life to understand that there's something not quite right with that. And for those that are seeking the help and finding the help so that they'll be better human beings. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just wanted to call this village gathering. So as village, as all of us as part of the community, just to remind us that look, we all have a role to play in all of this. We all have a role. Everybody has a stake in this matter. If it is good for one, it's good for all. If we're all turning the side and saying, hey, it doesn't concern me, so it doesn't bother me, it's gonna continue happening. It's gonna keep happening. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. That's why it's going to get to like, oh, this thing has been happening, it's the norm. That's how cultures came about. People kept doing the same thing over and over again, and they felt that that was how it worked. That's how it works like that. And they chose to keep it and make it culture. Culture can be changed, it can be amended, it can be made in such a way that it suits the times that we're in. Culture is not cast in stones. If you have a home today and you decide this is how I want to run my home, that's your culture. You know, people would tell a lot of lies in the name of culture. They would say certain things to fit the narrative because of culture. But they're lying on themselves because culture is what you create. People who have done things a certain way over and over again, calling it culture doesn't mean you have to go with it. You have to set your own rules. It's your life. You decide what works for you. What works for you may not work for the other person, but as long as it's working for you, that's what matters. You know, in all of this, anybody who's partnering and having children, please, you people should think about the children. Don't think about yourself. So you're getting married, think about the children before you partner with anyone. Ask this person, can I talk to them? Do they have listening ear? Can we reason together? Because if you can't have a conversation with someone that you are choosing to spend the rest of your life with, then what type of union is that? Where you can't talk to each other, you can't express to each other what your thoughts or your intentions or purpose is. What's the point of it? You know, people make a lot of rash decisions, make very hurried decisions, all in the name of, oh, I want to get married, I want to settle down. It's a beautiful thing to be married. It's a beautiful thing to have a family. But the have you thought about the main things, the main ingredients that make a union work? Have you thought about it? It's not just a fine face, or the person has money. Even though you can make money by yourself, you can work hard and make that money. So money is not everything. Character is number one. Integrity. How does this person watch how they treat the people around them? Watch how they treat their own families. Watch how they interact in their family. All those things needs to be looked at because the way they interact in their family it tells you exactly what you're going to experience when you end up with this person. The fact that the person is nice to you alone is not enough. He can be nice to you because he wants to get something out of you. I've been on a date with someone before where um, I think the waiter was, for some reason, was having issues, whatever, with the bar. So, and we had other drinks, and it was taking time. And I noticed that he was very impatient. He kept getting impatient. This person was getting impatient. I was like, in my mind, what's going on? Why is it? So I asked him, I'm like, are you okay? He's like, yeah. And he's just wondering why. I said, no, I said, it's okay. He's gonna come. Maybe he's. And then eventually The waiter shows up, and this guy started yelling at the waiter. Started yelling at him. I just sat there, stunned. I was just watching him. In my mind, I said, that is it. It was beyond the waiters. The waiter couldn't do anything. We gave him our orders, but the person that's going to be mixing the drinks or whatever was the one delaying him. It's not up to him. Why but I didn't say anything. I was quiet because I didn't know how to say, let him not come and transfer the anger or the aggression to me. So I just quietly played it out. But I cut the date short. I said, okay, I really have to be somewhere right now. And let's talk, over the phone. And that was it. I never went back again. I never saw him again. Because people will show you who they are by the way they treat other people. It's not enough. And this guy was very nice to me. Very nice. Gentleman. Pull out chair. Stand up when I stand. All those things. All those things are easy. The core of a person will come out when you least expect. So this is why it's very important to pay attention to the way, not just the way they treat them, the people around them, but the way their family, they relate with their family. Do they love each other in their family? What kind of parents does he have? How does his father treat his mother? How does his mother treat his father? You have to be paying attention to those things. How do the siblings relate with each other? Are they supportive of each other? Are they, those are things that you need to look out for. Don't just walk into anything blindly, thinking that, oh, the love is enough. The love is not enough. Those feelings you have will fade after some time. It's like buying a new car, buying a new house, buying whatever, getting a new job. There's an excitement that comes with it. But after some time, it fades. What sustains you is the passion, it's the determination, it's the fact that, okay, the loyalty, the fact that you have hold yourself accountable that, okay, I'm building a family and we're going to build this family together. That's what keeps it going. That's what keeps it together. I personally think that young men, young women need to be talked about on how to treat each other and talk about relationships. What kind of relationships you do? We spend so much time training women, learn how to cook, learn how to clean, learn how to do this, go to school, get an education. We teach women all of that, but we don't put that same energy into teaching men to be a better version of themselves. You see women trying to unlearn certain patterns and be better for themselves, but I'm not saying that men don't do it, but most times some of these men don't. And it's looking that like a lot of them don't. That's why you have a lot of men who do things very, they just decide, I don't care, I'm just gonna do me, I'm gonna do whatever makes me happy. Hey Adora, hi. I didn't see you coming, but thanks for joining me. So I mean, I think that there's a lot of work to be done, but we cannot be distracted. We cannot be overwhelmed. We cannot, we cannot say, oh, well, it has been like this for the longest time, so we might as well just leave it the way it is. No, we have to continue to do the work to be better people, because whether we like it or not, we're going to remain neighbors in this world. As long as we're in this realm, we're going to learn to live together. So it is for our own good to understand each other so that we can live together in unity and in love. We don't have to be best friends, but we can learn to live with some level of decency, with peace, respecting each other. Respecting each other. We can't continue to do the things that we thought, the same patterns, repeating the same patterns, and it's not working. It's not helping any one of us. It's making it worse and worse for us. So there's no point. There's no point. So, I mean, Our village square meeting was about the cap from the week, just to touch on a lot of a few things and to encourage us, that look, we are all we have. We are all we have. So we have to try and make the world a little bit better for each other. If you do your part and I do my part, the world will be a better place. At least we'll be good neighbors. I can come out and say, hey, Adora, I can shout from my house. And you too, you can shout from your house, because we are not fighting. We are not in competition with each other. We are supporting and pushing each other. Hey, Neka, happy Sunday. Thanks for joining me. We'll greet each other. But if we're not doing our part, you are not doing your part, I am not doing my part, the world will be they become mess. They go, you go, just everything go day upside down. Like I said in the beginning, keep the religion, keep the buildings, keep everything that comes with religion. I'm a spiritual person. I believe in God. I know him for myself. That's all I'm holding on to. That's all I'm holding on to. I'm not interested in the religion, the organized. I'm not interested, because all of it, they don't even know what they're doing. They failed the world completely. They failed, So everyone has a role to play. Nobody wholly pass. We're all doing the best we can. But if bad thing they happen, something terrible is happening to one, best believe that it will affect you. Whether you are close to the person or not, it will affect you. So this is why we have to be decent to each other. We have to respect each other. Men, before you marry correctly. Women, marry correctly. Look at who you're dealing with. Does this person have the characteristics? Do they have the character, the integrity? How does the mother treat the husband, the father? How does the father treat the mother? How are the siblings? How do they treat each other? Do they love each other for real, or they're just putting up with each other? Ask those questions, because they are very important. They're very important. Don't turn the other way. Don't look the other way when he has something, when it is something that is likely to affect the union. That's likely to threaten your union, your home. Don't. There are major things that you should not look away from. Call it out. Hold each other accountable, because that's the only way. If you don't hold each other accountable, the person is going to feel like you're okay with it, and they will continue to do it. And then the time they will do the one that is heavy, they will just land with it. The person's heart may not be able to take it. Let's not take each other for granted. We all need each other. Hi, Waka. Thanks for joining me. Absolutely. We all need each other. We all need each other. It's very important for us to hold each other accountable. Not think, say, because I don't marry, finish the man. Now, lie. If you see and say they do anything, when you get the tendency to affect your union, the seat when you sit down and put, call them out. No pretend like say you no see them. E get some kind things when you feel pretend say you no see. Maybe you suppose take trash out. Maybe you suppose carry car go mechanic, no carry am because those things you can overlook. But major things like a whole human being, they follow another person 1 year, you go pretend like say you don't know. Mbanu. No. Exactly. It's not my business. Exactly. Do you understand? It's not my business. That attitude. It should be your business. It's my business, is your business. It's not my business. It's not my business when they happen for Nigeria. And I put us for where we did for as a country. That is what has got us to where we are. It's not my business. Everybody no one talk. Hush, hush. Everybody secret. Shh, don't talk. Oh, shh, don't say anything. That's what has got us to where we are. The same thing when all they happen since. So now we need to know, say these things are not, they're not, we don't they do and since now madness, it can't be now. It don't turn to mad, and we are seeing the madness literally. Everybody get hand for this thing. You shine your eye, look am, turn the thing upside down, check am. I fit talk to this man, he go listen to me if I talk, how they respond to me. You understand which kind of person he be? Now person wey no dey fit hold himself, if I leave him for 1 second, he go find another person. Be paired correctly. If man knows say body dey hot every time he wants to do, women dey when they be like that. Find your partner when like that kind thing. 1, 2 of una go dey blend together. No Congo, you be freak. You won't come marry person when be virgin, when not know anything. I want to work. And the person when come, the person you do anyhow, you go talk say, oh, this one, oh, why they do like this, nah? Not be like this, I know I'm more. But you not choose them correctly. You are mismatched. As a man, you dey marry woman. Check. Do you understand? Check. This man, how they be for their family, how the mama they treat the papa, how the papa they treat the mama, the siblings they like each other, or but they use something they find each other neck. How they treat outsider, how they treat a colleague for work. How they respond if he vex. Some people get anger issue, they know they feel handle. Greetings, Miriam. Thanks for joining. You understand? Some people know they feel their temper is so bad, they feel destroy everything in a second. Find out, ask. Money not be everything. Looks not be everything. Look, they fade. Person if you find today, God forbid, bad thing happen. The person enter road, accident, the whole face is disfigured, leg is bent. The fine don't disappear be that. Now character. They say for this life, in order for you to get the best of life, be blind, be like blind person, be like deaf person. Because blind person and a person where know they hear where their perception is sharp, is on point. Their perception is razor sharp. They can feel your emotions. They can feel sometimes they can hear what you're saying in your heart. That's how powerful this thing is. Hello, Yufi. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining me. They can feel you. So that's why in life, if you're going to choose a partner, if you're going to choose a man or a woman, trying to come together, be like a blind person and be like somebody who does not hear. Close your eyes. If I don't see this person, make I hear him talk. You understand how it be? Because the way a person talks to you will reveal a lot about the kind of person they are. Are they kind? Are they the kind of people that will listen to you? Will they be good partners? Man, this life not be waiting we think am. If you know see. Thank you. Happy Sunday to you too, Yufi. Thank you so much. You can't just assume. You can't just meet someone and assume that, oh, yeah, this person, I've met this person. So, oh, he's so good looking. Oh, he has money. You can make your money. You can. Now, only time. You can make your money. Work your way up. Even if it's $5, now your own. Let's change this mentality. Make we change them. If you meet person young, person meet another person young, 16, 17, you understand? Something happened, the woman get belle for you. No need to marry her, not be by force. Let the person born. There are many people like that. You force your hand, you enter marriage. After how many years, then you're now. I mean, it's pointless. It doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense because in all of this, now the children are they suffer. Children, when they're not force you to bring their conward, now then they suffer. So why do you want to put innocent children in that situation? Think about the children, think about the future. Sometimes be like say our people, we know they sabi think about the future. We know they think about the future at all. We know they think about now. I just want born, make I just born the pikin, I'll get children. You born the children, the man is not emotionally connected to the child. Because some men don't even play with their children. They don't touch. Now the woman, they do everything. That the woman, they do everything. There's some men that are very responsible that still they're very active in the lives of their children. But most men are fathers in the home. They're like absent fathers. Absent fathers. You know, all these things that we're saying, me, I'm just saying my own. I'm not here to advise anyone, I'm not here to tell anyone how to live their lives. I'm just observing. I'm an observer of life. I'm a life student. But I just feel like the way that we've been doing things in Nigeria, it has to change. Those patterns are destructive. If something is not right, we should not hesitate to call it out. We're in a mess today because we hesitate. We're always looking the other way. Always looking the other way. You bring up a concern and somebody will feel very sentimental about it. They will say they call you, they want to call you all sorts of names, or they want to brand you a certain way. But that shouldn't stop you from you speaking your truth. Because at the end of the day, it is you that has that responsibility to call out the wrong. They may not have it. So if you don't call out the wrong, you are the one that has that has not done the thing that you're supposed to do, not them. But everybody has a role to play. Everybody hand need to dey inside ground, they walk. We need to walk them up. You get role, me I get role. Nobody better pass. Do you understand? Neka, if I knew then what I know now, ha! I know, even me when I dey talk, things that I'm knowing now, things that I've started learning over time. If I knew them, then, more. Maybe if una for not even know me sef. Una for not know me. I for dey on another level. But you see, the beauty about life be say, na so God want am. He wan make I know, he wan make we know each other. Na him make am be say he no fast forward am. He say no. Because e get some people when I wan make una know each other. Do you understand? Thank you, Nwaka. Thank you so much. Please like this video. Like. I don't even remember to talk like. But I beg, if you like wetin I dey talk, please subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share, So me, I go talk my own, no. I go talk my own. Anybody when I say my mouth dey smell, na im problem be that. But no come here, because na love, we all love each other. And that's what I really appreciate all of you for. We're all lovers here. No hating. Now I go take better for all of us. Now we dey think. I go take better. How we go take move this ministry forward? How we go take better our community, better our lives, improve our life, improve the lives of our children. Because people now they think about the children. In all of this, now the children they suffer. All this drama now, nobody don't go sit down with the children, say, what do you feel about what has happened? If they sit down now, interview those children, you go shock waiting they go talk. Those children go tell you their mind. They go say, we don't like what's going on, but we don't have a say. You understand? So I beg my people, we need to do better. This life now only one. The question is, how do you want to live the life? Do you want to be a part of the solution, or do you want to be a part of the problem? Everybody gets decision to make. Every day you wake up, we're making decisions. Choose problem solver or part of the problem. You cannot do the two at the same time. You can only do it one at a time. Today, you might want to be a problem. Tomorrow, you might want to be a solution, but choose to always be a solution if that's how you're wired. Some of us are wired to come up with solutions. If that's how you're wired, choose to be a solution. But every day you wake up, know that you have a decision to make. And trust your creator. Hold your God close. Hold him tight. That is the only sure thing in life. Every other thing you see is an illusion. They're illusions upon illusions. The only sure thing, I am at my best because I know my God and I hold him. I don't care about religion. I'm not interested in organized religion. I don't care about everything that comes with it. But I believe in God, and that's who I hold on to. I don't need $1 billion. I'm not trying to be the richest person. I'm trying to live life as best as I can and as much as I can and enjoy every minute of it while I'm doing it. You know? So I go end am here because I don't want miss Obodo Yibo life. We got 9 minutes to go. So you guys, thank you so much. I know some of us not fit join today because you probably didn't know I had a life. But thank you so much for joining me. If you have not yet subscribed, I beg subscribe, like, share, comment. I shall see you guys. I'll probably try to create another live. If you guys want me to do another live, let me know. Otherwise, it will be short videos as usual. Love you guys. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I shall see you guys soon. People just they enter. Hey, as they go. Okay, I don't talk. Now everyone just join in. You guys probably have to start from the beginning again. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you guys again. Love you, Adora. Love you, Neka. Love you, Waka. Love you, Yufi. All of you that joined. Thank you so, Claudius. Thank you very much. If I missed anyone, apologies. Thank you. I appreciate every one of you. Yes, thank you very much. Have a nice day, Yufi. Bye.